All right, Squatch Maniacs. I told you I'd talk about the weather we were having down here in San Antonio and why it was important. So, first off, we've had a lot of drizzly, wet, a little bit cold. So, a lot of things that you're probably not familiar with that you got to worry about when you're rucking or out in the woods is this particular weather. Because in this particular weather, you can both be heat casualty and a cold weather casualty. I know what you're thinking. Well, how's that? Well, if you get wet, added with cold, hypothermia. If you put your wet weather gear on to stay dry and you're hiking, you can overheat and become a heat casualty. So one of the things I learned when I was in the Army that I've taken with me ever since I was a young private was learn to keep the base layer as dry as possible while you're doing a movement. If the outer layer gets wet, manage your temperature, manage your caloric intake, watch yourself for signs of hypothermia. Now, typically when you're moving, it's not really a problem. Then when you stop, you put your cold weather gear on over your wet stuff to help it dry, and then start a fire. Now, most of my time in the Army, I wasn't allowed to start a fire, so it would be a few years before I found out the benefits of a fire. I do recommend, because, fire can save your life, can keep you warm, help regulate your heat, also keep your caloric burn down. So keep that in mind on your cold, misty days. You want to stay focused on those two things. Watch out.